And I just want to ask you, the friends that Nolan traveled to Horn Island with, they say that he stayed behind voluntarily. Why would he stay behind?
That we cannot answer.
We always taught him to, if you go with a group, you stay with a group. He knew to stay with his group. So why would he split from his group? I don't know.
So that would have been unusual for him to split from the group. And you said he would always check in with you. Did he check in with you that day?
So that day, no, I don't. But of course, too, they were on the boat. And usually when he is out there, which it's not uncommon, he's, I think, since last year, he's been going there occasionally with his friends. And so it would always just be like, hey, Mom, I'm back, type of thing. But this time there was no call or a text from him. It was from his friend.
And then, too, really didn't worry a lot about it because it was his last weekend to have fun. Yeah. Because that Monday he had to report to school. We was preparing to take him back for camp to prepare for the season. So, you know, we understand he wanted to have his last little hurrah before he locked down and get ready for the season.
You said that you're going to do an independent investigation.
Yes.
And you said you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Tashima, and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan? Because her two sons, Jalen and Javon, they grew up together. So she was like, hey, okay, the boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. I'm not. He was like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone? So
we tracked it. And my friend Tashima went and picked it up.
It wasn't like they said, we got his phone, they tracked it. And that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that they said Nolan was talking to a young woman and she said that he said, I'm going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys said that he said he was going to stay with her. And so that's an obvious contradiction. And then this video, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And so then his phone ends up missing. I don't know any teenagers. I'm going to stay behind and I'm going to leave my phone? I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone. And so then there's so many things their parents were telling us about, even why didn't his body wash up with the tide on Sunday? Why would it come on Monday? It's not adding up. And that is the problem when you think about the history of Mississippi.
I ain't gonna lie to you, it's just something about this nigga. When I listen to Benjamin Crump talk to me, I just have issues. It could be me. I don't like older black people that have a certain belief set. Because I'm going to be real, this is a tragic situation. But having that man beside the family right now, we didn't need none of his words that he said. To me, he throws the whole atmosphere off. If it was just the parents, my heart would go out to the parents. I would say I believe that there's something suspicious going on, but listening to him makes me consider the many possibilities. I don't know. Every single time we see him, it's now time for outrage from black people. Because although Nolan Wells is a sad situation, this is just one nigga. Just one. If I pull up the many cases that's going on in the world that's happening from another perspective, it's just as outraged as black people should be for this. Because I admit that there are some bullshit on this case. We should be upset at some of this other bullshit that's going on in our neighborhoods and our community. We should have the same energy. We should support the same fucking news, the same channels, the same shit that goes on besides selective outrage over Carmelo Anthony and Nolan Wells.